there was an example here in Grand Rapids where they did a big project, huge project, where the interchange of 96 and 196. And, the project took 2 years. I don't even know how many. It was probably $150 million project. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars, like multiple new bridges, huge interchange on an interstate. And predictably, every single day, within some minor variation, there are backups at exactly these two places, depending on which way the traffic is going. In the morning, it happens in this one area, and on the afternoon, it happens in another area. There's another area in the Bay Area, Interstate 80, getting onto the Bay Bridge, where you can predictably predict these, like reliably predict traffic backups. Now, in my opinion, the people who were responsible and designed that and then had that as a result immediately after it was opened, they should be fired and held accountable to the highest level possible. Like, you are making generational level investments here, and you can't even get the traffic patterns right. Someone needs to be held accountable. At the very least, you should lose your licenses. You should make zero money on the project. Like, any of the companies that made money on this should lose money. And then there becomes this thing, well, we just built it, we didn't design it. And, so there becomes this whole thing. But ultimately, it's like, this is a total and utter failure. How much time have you cost society over the last 3 to 4 years that this project has been open, when we could predictably say that this was going to cause a traffic backup? And it begs the question, did they do this intentionally?
That's what I was just going to ask is,
Yeah.
Can you discern negligence from intentional, like you were saying, maybe there was a car diet zealot in there somewhere in the planning process, or maybe there's some way that they made money from it coming out worse, from having a bad outcome. But it sounds like from what you're saying that there isn't a clear way to discern that in most cases.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think if you actually did some kind of investigation, but the problem is reasonable doubt is hard, man, because it's easy to like throw up a reasonable doubt. How do you know the actual heart of someone when they're making these decisions? I have a friend, Dr. Strangelove is his name, off the famed Stanley Kubrick movie character of Dr. Strangelove, How I Learned to Love the Bomb. Maybe he'll come on the show sometimes, but he has a quote that I love where he says, "Never confuse malevolence with sheer incompetence." And he told me that because he was a soldier and he learned in Afghanistan, like these commanders of his were making what, from his perspective, were completely insane decisions that were resulting in Americans getting killed. And he's like, this is crazy. Like, you guys are coming into this point. And it's like, but wait a second. He's like, it makes no sense for these guys to want to have American soldiers get killed. And it actually is bad for them to have American soldiers get killed. Like, it's bad for their careers. It's bad for everything. So it must just be incompetence. It must be a lack of information, incompetence. These things, it's difficult to tell the difference there. But I genuinely wonder, it's like, how many of these people that are in West Michigan have actually had the experience of designing a major highway interchange?
Well,
Maybe none.